There are forces within us far greater than we imagine. Most people walk through life unaware of the quiet whisper shaping their destiny, the inner dialogue, the thoughts we repeat, the beliefs we hold without question. In autosuggestion, we are invited to awaken to this immense power, not as some vague idea, but as a practical, transformational force we can direct at will. Autosuggestion is more than positive thinking. It is the art and science of consciously planting ideas into the fertile soil of the subconscious mind. Just as a farmer sows seeds knowing the harvest will come in time, so too does a person practicing autosuggestion understand that every thought, every belief, every repeated affirmation is a seed, one that will grow, influence, and ultimately shape their reality. From the very first pages of the book, the author impresses upon us a core truth: we become what we consistently tell ourselves we are. If a person tells themselves, "I am not good enough," again and again, even without meaning to, their mind absorbs that idea like a sponge. They begin to shrink before life's opportunities. They shy away from challenges. They self-sabotage, not because they lack ability, but because they believed the wrong suggestion. On the other hand, when a person begins to consciously repeat, "I am calm, I am capable, I am growing stronger every day," even when the world is chaotic or they feel weak, something remarkable begins to shift. The book dives into real-life examples of individuals who changed their lives, not through drastic external measures, but by slowly, steadily transforming their internal world. There's the story of a man who had failed repeatedly in business. Each time, he told himself, "I'm just not lucky," or "Success isn't for people like me." These phrases became a mantra of despair. But once he learned about autosuggestion, he began to replace those destructive statements with new, empowering affirmations: "I learn from every mistake. I attract opportunities. I am worthy of success." It didn't happen overnight, but within a year, not only had his business turned around, but he carried himself with a quiet confidence he never knew before. The outside world hadn't changed, he had. One of the deepest insights the book offers is that the subconscious mind does not judge, it simply accepts what it is fed with repetition and emotion. If you tell yourself you're a failure with deep emotion, the mind accepts it. But if you tell yourself you're worthy, that you're healing, that you are becoming more powerful with every breath, and you do so with conviction and consistency, then the subconscious accepts that too. It begins to direct your actions, your perceptions, even your fate, to match that new idea. Autosuggestion is not about lying to yourself. It's not blind optimism. It's about choosing the narrative you want to live by. Too many people have internalized others' suggestions: a harsh teacher, a critical parent, a society that labeled them. They walk through life under invisible scripts they never chose. Autosuggestion gives you the pen back. It says, "You are the author now. What story will you tell?" The book teaches that for autosuggestion to work, 3 ingredients are vital: repetition, emotion, and belief. Repetition is how the message sinks in. Emotion is what makes the mind feel the suggestion is real. Belief, even if small at first, is the trust that what you're saying is possible. You might begin with doubts. That's okay. Doubt is part of growth. But if you repeat your affirmations daily, with feeling, you begin to create a new inner path. One particularly moving section of the book explores how autosuggestion has helped people overcome illness. The mind-body connection is undeniable. There are countless stories, supported by medical observation, of individuals who repeated healing affirmations while visualizing recovery, and who experienced improvements far beyond what doctors predicted. One woman, diagnosed with a chronic illness, began a simple practice. Every morning and night, she would repeat, "Every cell in my body is healing. I am strong. My body knows how to restore itself." She imagined light moving through her. She felt gratitude for the smallest progress, and she did this with unwavering faith. Months later, her symptoms were gone. The doctors were amazed, but she wasn't. She had trained her mind to believe in healing, and her body had followed. But autosuggestion is not only for healing or success. It is a path of inner freedom. It allows us to reprogram the messages of fear, shame, and limitation we've carried for years. Think about the child who was told they weren't smart, who now avoids every challenge. Or the teenager who was mocked for their dreams, who now plays it safe. Those old suggestions still whisper, unless we rise and replace them. The author explains how autosuggestion works best when it becomes part of your daily ritual. Like brushing your teeth, you train the mind each day. You can do it in the morning, before bed, or in moments of stillness. Write your affirmations, speak them aloud, say them in the mirror. Record them and listen to them. Let them soak into your being. One small change, done consistently, is far more powerful than a burst of enthusiasm that fades away. There is also an emphasis on specificity. Instead of vague affirmations like, "I want to be happy," say, "I radiate joy in everything I do. I am grateful for the blessings in my life. I create happiness in every moment." The clearer the picture, the stronger the impression on the subconscious. The more vivid the emotion, the faster the transformation. One of the most powerful truths the book shares is this: your outer world is a mirror of your inner world. What you experience, attract, and create is deeply linked to the thoughts you harbor. If you want different results in life, in your health, relationships, finances, or peace of mind, begin by changing the suggestions you give yourself. No one else can do this work for you. But once you begin, life itself starts to respond. The book also touches on the danger of negative autosuggestion, and how most people unconsciously sabotage themselves with it. Phrases like, "I'm always late," "I can't lose weight," "I'm terrible at relationships," might seem harmless, even humorous. But every time we say these things, especially with emotion, we reinforce them. The subconscious takes them as truth. The author challenges us to become aware of our inner language, to notice the words we use about ourselves, and gently shift them. Not with guilt, but with compassion. There's a beautiful moment in the book where the author compares the subconscious to a garden. You can let weeds grow, thoughts of fear, unworthiness, doubt, and they'll spread. Or, you can become the conscious gardener. You can pull out those weeds, plant new seeds, of courage, love, abundance, and water them daily with your words and feelings. In time, that garden becomes your life. You walk through it, you live in it, it reflects you. Another central lesson is that autosuggestion thrives on consistency, not perfection. You don't have to get it right every time. You don't have to fake happiness. You simply have to show up, speak the words, feel them as best you can, and keep going. It's like a gentle wind shaping stone, invisible, yet powerful. With time, it moves mountains. The book doesn't promise instant miracles. It respects the reality that deep beliefs take time to shift. But it offers hope, not a false, shallow hope, but the grounded, empowering realization that we hold the key. That no matter how painful our past, no matter how lost we feel, we can begin anew, by changing the words we tell ourselves. The author leaves us with a challenge: to live as conscious creators, to stop being victims of unconscious thought. To wake up each day and affirm our truth: I am becoming. I am evolving. I am worthy. I am ready. Whether your goal is inner peace, a loving relationship, financial growth, or spiritual connection, it begins with a seed. A suggestion, a choice to turn inward and speak to yourself not as a critic, but as a friend, a guide, a source of love. Autosuggestion is not a quick fix, it is a lifelong tool. One that, if used with sincerity, will transform not only how you think, but how you live. It reminds us that within every one of us lies a quiet power, waiting, listening, ready to respond. The voice you speak with inwardly becomes the life you live outwardly. Choose your words with care. Choose your thoughts with love. And above all, choose to believe in the immense, untapped potential that lives within you. Because the greatest miracle is not outside you. It is you.